This challenge was awful. Minecraft, a really easy game designed for babies, which I apparently suck at. I made a challenge a couple of months ago, wow, where I swapped 3 keys, walking, jumping, and attacking. It's also ultra hardcore, which means if I take any damage, the only way to get some health back is regeneration, which can only be got from these things. Of course, if I die, the world is deleted. My game is always in nighttime too. Mobs are constantly spawning in and out to get me. On top of this, any underground area with a light level of 0 is completely pitch black. Here's how it went. I had no idea how to start with this challenge. I just got wood and hid in the ground for a while. It wasn't very engaging, so I went back above ground and got some more resources before finding a village. Trying to both head to the village and run away from these zombies, I took my first damage. I thought the village would be useful since villagers can trade for really good items, but I soon realised since it's always nighttime, these guys are not going to help me. Before I even clambered onto the first house, a stray shot me, and now almost half my health is gone. After stealing this guy's food, I thought I'd make a nice underground home. I don't want to be around those hordes of monsters right now. I tried to steal my villager friend's bed, but he just took it right back. While expanding my lovely home, I stumbled upon a cave, and again, there goes my health. I knew the caves were a dangerous place to be, but I couldn't stay in my hole forever. I closed off the outside world and started to move down. After gathering a bunch of coal, I came across a pocket of lava and a zombie guarding where I needed to go. I carefully placed some dirt and started slicing at my opponent. I claimed some rotten flesh and killed another lurking a bit forward. These caves are really scary when you can only see a few blocks ahead of you. The hardcore darkness means I need torches at all times. I found 2 bits of iron, which isn't enough to get me anything useful, but these caves didn't have much else. After getting back to my hovel, I made 2 shields, just in case. I started digging a staircase down. These caves can't help me anymore, and suddenly I was staring into the void. I found more iron, but I could tell this place was huge and dark and scary. I was surprised there were no monsters around, but I soon found where they might be. I tried to be careful, but the zombie parkoured and bit me. Half a heart, that's all I have left now. I realised my fate and tried to scrounge for more resources. The caves were like a maze. I couldn't find my staircase anymore, and soon enough, the first attempt was over. I've had my test run, I've learned what to do, and I'm going to win this challenge. These monsters are so far away, if I just get enough wood I can... I don't know how I didn't hear that. I forgot to hit record, but here's what I saw. After collecting some resources and being hunted by mobs, I was underground with my only source of light being a furnace, and funnily enough, those ran out of fuel. I was juggling trying to find my way out with constantly smelting stuff I didn't need to. There was a flawed beginning, which meant a doomed middle and an expected end. I can do better. I now have a checklist of everything I need while doing this challenge, so I definitely won't forget something as simple as hitting record in the future. I learned from last time and kept a window open to let some light in. I wanted to be as prepared as possible, so I made a full set of stone tools and tried to get as many blocks as possible. A few zombies appeared and tore my health down, so I wanted revenge. I also don't just want to exist underground anymore. Maybe I'll survive a bit longer being able to see what I'm doing. I cleared an area and made a lovely little, square? These zombies can't do anything to me now. These walls protect me. I win. A zombie will never attack me again. I still need resources though, so I dug down and got some iron. Enough to get a shield, a pickaxe, an axe, and a bucket, with some still left over. I'm pretty kitted up at this point. There's no way something could hurt me that much. I know at half a heart there's not much I can do. I still held on for 7.5 minutes though. This apple is my best bet of saving this run, so I need to find gold. I continue my spiral down until I hit the darkness again, and then I finally see it. This gold could save me, at least for a while. I just need 3 more, but despite how many corridors I lit up, I couldn't find any. I guess I'll just go back and smelt this for now. Five attempts in and I'm starting to feel tired. What I'm doing obviously isn't working, so I need to focus on golden apples. The Mesa biome has a much higher gold ore spawn rate, and mine shafts exposed to the surface. If I found one of these, I could easily get enough gold for multiple golden apples. But Minecraft doesn't seem to like me finding them. A forest! At least I can get some apples. The controls are becoming a bit easier at this point, and I can pretty consistently get stone tools. A skeleton would not leave me alone while I was trying to get more wood, so I jumped into an ocean. The best place to avoid monsters is somewhere they won't spawn. The ocean. I found the remnants of a really bad captain, but it seemed I wasn't the only one interested. Now that he's gone, I can raid these chests. A buried treasure map is super useful, and this leather armor will help, but I also found iron, gold, and diamonds. Well, 1 diamond, but that still counts. 1 more and I'll have a sword, or a disappointment. A few more tools crafted, and I can explore the buried treasure map. Before I could start digging, I had to deal with a dead villager. No diamonds, but still some good loot. I thought this island might be a good place to set up my home, but these monsters were not kind. Now I'd taken damage, I realised I finally had enough gold to craft a golden apple. I could reverse the one thing that has felt so permanent throughout this challenge. I could become unstoppable. That's it? 2 hearts. And a skeleton got rid of half of them anyway. Swarms of monsters started to escape from the forest, and I knew my time was pretty much up. My resistance started to fade, and the monsters kept spawning. I tried to set up camp, but while collecting 1 piece of cobblestone, my area had already been claimed, and I was killed. I pleaded with the seed gods, but they never listened. Another forest. Going on water seemed to work last time, so I crafted a boat and started sailing. I gave up on my boat dreams, and wanted to explore this pillager outpost in a cherry blossom biome. The mobs did not hold back, but this was a doomed exploration from the start. I decided I'd choose my own fate for this world. That's how you go out with a bang. I didn't spawn in a mesa or anything near, so what's the point? I spawned in a desert, so a mesa might be near. This attempt was going well until I realised I wasn't in hardcore, so I trapped myself underground and quit. I'll start skipping the boring attempts. I spawned really close to a village, so claimed everything as mine. There seemed to be a few iron golems around, which I thought could be a really useful tool. I wouldn't have to worry about monsters if I had constant bodyguards. While trying to get some resources, I was rudely interrupted, but also dug into a flooded cave. These will have no monsters in them. Using some doors, I can create air pockets and swim around them, safely collecting resources. And it worked for a while. A skeleton shot me from above ground and I suffocated just a little as I escaped, but I continued on my resource mission. Better tools got, I could venture further into the caves. I even found some gold. But, you see, I thought I was doing okay. And when that happens, something has to come along and kill me. I can never just be doing well for a long time. Since I spawned close to a village, I stole some stuff from these peaceful villagers. I seemed to walk in on a zombie convention. I didn't mean to interrupt, but they weren't happy. The iron golem seemed to sort them out though. I wanted to claim this blacksmith place as my own, so I started to make some home improvements. I can't do much else, so I started mining. Maybe this time I'll get some gold or something. That's all I can do, just get gold. Maybe the hardest part of this challenge is just putting yourself through it over and over again. I'll skip this bit for you. I found a dimly lit cave and got resources. I continued exploring, as always, until eventually I found a mine shaft and I can collect this lava. I can use it to light up dark areas and kill anything nearby. Hey, dear viewer, just a quick question. If I have a resource that quickly spreads, deals a lot of damage, and I'm constantly near, what do you think is going to happen? If you guessed I would die, then you win! I remembered that boats exist, but that's not going to help me get gold. I just dug, being exposed above ground isn't going to help me whatsoever, and then I died. Almost. I thought the run was over, so I stopped being so worried. I went back and found a mob spawner. Not very useful, but maybe something. The loot was bad, but finally something other than just caving and dying. I ran past corners I'd already been and saw diamonds. How did I miss that? Finally, my first actual hand-mined diamonds. There were 3. I crafted a diamond pickaxe and ran back to the caves from earlier. If I could just find some obsidian, maybe I could start going to the nether. I had a really good spawn in this attempt. This rune portal was almost complete, but that's not how this challenge goes. You don't just get things. I tried to punch down a tree and a skeleton shot me before I even made a crafting table. I could have finally taken a step out of this challenge, and I didn't even make a wooden pickaxe. I am at an all-time low. I tried again to plead with the seed gods, and it didn't work. While in this forest, I thought to myself, how can I make this easier? If only there were a YouTube video on this. This really epic and amazing video suggested if I take a bit more time and care with my world, I'll want to try everything to keep it. If I wanted to get to a good point, I'd need to survive first, and there were too many mobs around for that. I dived into this water and used this magma to help me breathe. Remember this. I dug my way out, getting as many blocks as I could. I ventured into a cave and took some coal and iron, so when I stay in an area I can light it up and I don't have to worry about constant mob spawning. I decided here would be a good place to exist, and laid the foundations of a nice house. This is already further than a majority of my attempts, and I felt good. I started a little farm and made sure the area around me was safe. Seeing as I wanted to actually care about my world, I spent a good bit of time expanding my house and getting resources. Can you believe it? Actual glass windows! After making my first floor, I knew what needed to be done next. If you ever watched Luke the Notable's hardcore series, you know just how important walls are. Separating the me from the them is going to help me so much. Also, just a note, playing Minecraft with 3 or less hunger is so painful. Not being able to run goes against my brain structure. I wanted some bone meal to speed up my farming process so I wouldn't be starving all the time, but I didn't want to just run up to a skeleton and get shot a million times. I set up a little chamber that if I lured mobs into, they would fall, and I could safely take care of them. This might all seem a bit impractical, but I wanted to be as safe as possible in this run. I really tried to get the skeleton to fall down, but he was being difficult. I tried to do a fun little time lapse, but I got too impatient. I have bread now though. With my trap set up, I wanted to test it. I created a bridge from my house across this little lake, pet some cows, and lured some undead friends across. The mobs started to pile up, but I used my ultimate skill, and it worked. I raced down and started slicing at the zombies. Those cows I pet earlier magically turned into cooked steak. For the first time, I thought I should start mining, but this time not for iron or gold. I wanted to extend my house. I'm starting to get attached to my little world. A bit of deforestation later, and my house had a second floor and a roof. I've been playing for around an hour and felt really happy. I just made my house a bit nicer and continued farming, until I realised I did actually need to make some progress. I tried looking for a cave, but 2 skeletons found me first. Why do I always seem to end up here? Half a heart. I tried to make a lovely little home and area to exist, and I still end up on the brink of death. I started to mine. I needed gold. I wanted to survive. A flooded cave. There'd be no monsters. I'm safe. As long as I don't suffocate, I'll be fine. And look, there's magma there. I'll just grab some air. This video took me so long. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, but I just need to rest now. Thank you for watching this far in. Bye!